Alright, this is Doki Literature Club in the Big 25. Haven't played it before. Have definitely watched videos over it, you know, since it's kind of old. Well, not old, but it's been a while since it first came out. Anyways, I'm gonna be honest, I will not be reading like hardly any of the text at all. So I might not be speaking a whole lot. But anyways, let's get into it. Oh, my name. Perfect. Wow. I can see the pixels on these houses. All right. Okay, I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to anything she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Wow. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Oh. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Wow. Overslept again? Hmm. It's kind of messed up. Just don't want to be seen with that person. Because they're weird. I guess you don't have it in me. Have it in you to be mean even if you want to. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the street becomes increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. Have I decided on a club to join yet? Well, based on the name, I think I know. I'm not interested in joining clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true? What do you mean it's not true? It's my decision. I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. It's kind of valid. Won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. It's kind of crazy. I'll look at a few clubs. No promises. I would not make that promise. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Awesome. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. Huh. She's not in the club, is she? Oh. Never mind. I forgot. She's vice president of the literature club? Might as well save. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. It's valid. It's kind of messed up. And Natsuki made cupcakes? I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generously used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I glance around the room. This is Yuri, if I remember correctly. And then that, I think, is Natsuki. And Monica. All words escape me in this situation, this club. I'm not saying that. Yep. A girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. It is not nice to meet the both of them. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, and athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... Oh. Okay. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take my seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and a little piece of chocolate were used to make ears. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. Haven't I heard this somewhere before? What do you mean? Oh. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Yeah, it is kind of crazy keeping a whole tea set in a classroom. Oh. No, it doesn't. Insulted, Yuri looks away. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? A whole lot of nothing. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. It will not make me feel right at home. Debate club? I don't know. A great leader? Yuri also nods in agreement. We? Who is we? I'm not going to grow this club. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't know if I... Oh my god. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. What kinds of things do I like to read? Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Let's... Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. Novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds? Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. No. Maybe. It might be amazing. A lot of horror. Huh. Oh, I could just... Oh, that's kind of weird. I could just turn the Xbox off. Neat. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Nice. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world. It's valid. Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. What's the point of that? What is that even word? Sidles? Siddles? Sayori siddles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I think that's impressive. Natsuki averts her eyes. Probably not. Wow. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. It just sounds like a diary. I guess it's the same. We all sit in silence for a moment. Oh, are we gonna write poems? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Oh, yeah, poems. Nice. Everyone is even. What does that even mean? I don't think that's how that works. No. Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Still one problem. Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. It's a way to ruin the mood. I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. No! One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. I would have came just for the cupcakes, I'm gonna be honest. I won't express myself. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? Probably. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because we always stayed after school for clubs. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls: Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? No. Perhaps I'll have the chance to go closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Huh. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes my poem the most. Huh. I'll probably finish the poem and then that'll be it. Determination. Unrestrained. Fantasy. Covet. Unrequited. Vivacious. Fear. Unending. Captive. Strawberry. Melancholy. Fester. I mean, I kind of gotta pick this. It's the name of the game. Inferno. Parfait. Huh. That's a very drastic change in word choice. Misfortune. Starscape. Incapable. And the last one, vibrant. And that is where I am going to end it today.